Good morning, all you Catholics from YouTube or Christians or anyone who's watching this. My name's Edmund, and today I want to teach you how to finally build a daily prayer habit using the concept of a habit loop from this book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, so that you can finally start praying every single day, form a solid habit, and become unstoppable. But first, of course, you can tell because I look so tired, we need to make some coffee. Oh, that's better. I'm sorry I look like this. It's the morning. You can also tell I got a sunburn. I guess my hair must have been down while I was at the river. Anyways, none of that matters. What matters is over the last 7 years of being in ministry, I've talked to a lot of people who, have struggled in their spiritual life or in their prayer life or struggled with God and their belief in God. And most people, the problem they're actually having is that they're just not praying every day. If you're consistent in prayer, you just focus on like 5 minutes of consistent prayer every day is gonna be way better than 5 hours once every 3 months. But if you've ever tried to start a new habit, or if you've ever made a New Year's resolution, you know that it can be really hard to keep your resolution. It can be really hard to build a healthy habit out of thin air. And that's where the science behind habits and building habits comes in handy. In this book, The Power of Habit, he talks about the 3 components of a habit. And once you understand these 3 stages, then you're gonna understand how a habit is formed and how you can form your own habit of daily prayer. So our brains are pattern recognizing, reward seeking machines, right? So our brains are trying to constantly figure out patterns and where we get reward. And so there's 3 stages to a habit. There's the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue triggers some action to occur, and then after that action occurs, there's some type of reward. So let's say you're walking in the mall and for the first time you smell that Cinnabon store, that has the those gooey, drippy pretzel sugar balls. And so you walk over and you buy some, you eat them, and then the reward is your brain just firing off with all these good juices, good chemicals in your brain telling you, yes, this was amazing, this is good, more of this. At first your brain just goes, oh my gosh, that was amazing, that was wonderful. But here's the thing, if 5, 6, 7 more times that occurs, your brain starts learning to associate the reward with the cue, and it starts skipping the action altogether. The action can become automatic, and this is where we have a craving. After a while, your brain starts realizing that it should associate the cue with the reward. So that means the next time you're at the mall, you smell the food, you smell that cue, and your brain is already starting to produce chemicals to reward you for the action that you haven't even done yet. So that action starts becoming automatic. You start doing it without even thinking. So we have cue, routine, and reward. Same is true with our phones. Our phones are designed to create these habits and these cravings in us to check things, to engage with our phone. So you open up your phone and you go to social media and there's a little red number on one of the icons. So at first, the first time you saw that, you weren't sure what it was, so you open up whatever social media of choice you have. That's the routine. And then you get the reward of someone liked your photo or someone tagged you in something. You get the reward of that attention, that shot of reward chemicals, signals in your brain. And after a few times, your brain starts associating those little red numbers with that reward feeling, and you start passing over the action automatically. So how can this help us develop a daily habit of prayer that will become automatic, that we'll almost crave doing every single day? We won't forget it. We won't just do it once or twice a week. We'll do it every single day. It'll be a strong habit. Well, we know what the routine is that we want. The routine is prayer. We want to pray. So now we need to figure out what the cue is going to be and what the reward's going to be. And if we play with those a little bit, we can establish a habit that's going to be automatic after just a couple times of doing it. So what are the best cues? The best cues are things that are anchored to a habit you're already doing. So just think about your morning. If every morning you wake up and you brush your teeth, and that's an automatic habit that you already do, think about it. Is there a way that you could anchor a cue to that established habit that happens every single morning? Maybe you put a Post-it note on the mirror. Maybe you put something around your toothbrush to remind you that you need to pray. Think about things in your morning that are already established habits. Maybe you make coffee every morning. I've worked with some people who they'll put on the pot of coffee, then go pray, and the reward is that pot of coffee once that pot of coffee is done. Now we need to focus on that routine part. At first, before this is automatic, you need to make the routine, this part of prayer, as easy as possible. So as short and small as possible, just 5 minutes. We're just trying to establish a habit. You can increase the time later on, but right now we just want that cue and that reward to be associated together in our brains. Okay, so you have the cue, routine. What's your reward gonna be? The stronger the reward, the more powerful this connection of this habit loop is gonna be. Pick something that you really love. The best rewards are gonna be things that have a physiological response. So anything that's gonna produce dopamine in your brain, that could be, you could have some coffee, have a snack, some type of snack that you love. You know what, as dumb as it sounds, moving your body around. I mean, if you wanna just sit in your chair and just like fist bump up in the air like that, just kind of you just take them right like this and just rotate out. You can just Olin Rogers it. You come here and you just go, I am the master commander. Yes! Something like that. Totally work. So try to come up with some type of reward, right? I've heard people say like the whole no Bible, no breakfast, no Bible, no bed. Maybe you don't have breakfast until you pray. So that's it, guys. Cue, routine, reward. You can use this concept of a habit loop to instill or build any type of habit in your life. Take a little bit of time and think about what could be your cue, habit, reward. Set yourself up for success. Write it down. Start building that daily habit, 5 minutes a day at least. Just start out there for the rest of your life. Again, my name is Edmund and we're gonna be coming out with videos like this every Monday, so join us in this YouTube takeover. So hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. I read and respond to every single comment for now. And see you next Monday.